Hi guys. I don't think anybody's there yet, but I'm hoping one of you or two of you or maybe a few of you pop on pretty soon. I am getting ready to do my collagen really quick. So I thought since I'm going to do that, I might as well just hop on and do a live real quick and share with the world my current status, right? So good. I can't emphasize how good that is. Collagen. So, I was waiting to see if anybody hopped on here, but I'm going to go ahead and get started because it's late my time, even later on the East Coast. But on the West Coast, my West Coast people, it's like 6:30 your guys' time. So I just want to say hi. First of all, hi. How am I looking? Look at this. We're losing it. We're so happy we're losing it. I am stoked, you guys. Like, so much is happening. My neck, I'm getting like I call it a turtleneck because I'm like bobblehead these days. I'm losing it finally. I'm at 42 pounds lost right now. Yeah, more to go. Definitely a lot more to go. But I'm proud. Like, I feel like everything is just so baggy. I'm excited about that. I don't care. I'm just like, get it off me. Let's just get back to who I am and who I've always been. And that's exciting. So, the story. Who I am. What's going on. It's kind of funny because I think that I've kind of probably always struggled with some form of thyroidism. Hypothyroidism, or initially when I was a kid, I think I had hyperthyroidism. And I say that because I was so skinny. I could eat and eat and eat. I'd be hungry and eat like everything and never gain a pound. I could just do it all. And what I started noticing was that when I did start to gain the weight, I would drop like 30 pounds in a month or like 40 pounds in 2 months or something crazy like that. And it was so fast that I just didn't pay attention to my weight in my younger years. It was never a thing. Like, I remember, struggling with issues with birth control. And so I had to do the depot shot for a while. And when I'm doing the depot shot, it would make me gain 5 pounds every time I did the shot. So I started at 150, and after, 3 years of being on it, I'm 180 pounds. And so it's like, how do you get this big? And to me, that was huge. Like, huge, bigger than I had ever been, even pregnant. And so it was just one of these things like, I got to get this weight off me. And literally, I just stopped taking the shot, and a couple months goes by, and boom, I'm 30 pounds lighter. How? Like, it just made no sense. So I do think that I was definitely struggling with hyperthyroidism at that point and just didn't know. But since then, hi, Tammy. Since then, it became like, after my daughter was born, there was this thing where it was like, I didn't gain weight during that pregnancy. Like, I started the pregnancy at like 145 pounds. I had her, I was like 160 pounds. You do the math. I had a whole baby in me, and I didn't really gain much. I was literally just baby in water. And I pushed her out and climbed back into my clothes just like I did with the other 2 pregnancies I had. And it was one of those things like, okay, you just don't really gain weight during your pregnancy. You're one of those lucky girls. And so I prided myself in the fact that I could have a baby and still come out on the other side looking and feeling the same way. It was nothing for me to do that. So I don't know. After she was born, though, I started having all these gallbladder issues, which I now know is connected to thyroidism. I didn't know it at the time, but I know that now. And so gut issues and thyroidisms, it's like the gut-brain axis, there's a connection. And so if you're suffering from like any type of gut issues or any type of thyroid issues or hormonal issues or unexplained weight gain, serious fatigue, tiredness. Like, I used to say my tired is tired because I was that tired all the time. I mean, it's 8:30 my time. I've been working all day. I've been up. I only slept like 4 hours because I was up watching a TV show on Netflix. I kind of didn't want the week to start. I kind of wanted to stay in Christmas time, if I'm being honest. But anyways, I had to get up at 7 this morning and get my life moving. And so I just didn't go to sleep until like 3:30. I'm paying for it, but that's okay. I have all my products to keep me alive, and I literally can continue going throughout the day without 8 cups of coffee. So I did stop today and get me a coffee, but I'm not going to apologize for that. I haven't done that. It's been a minute. It's been a long minute. I just was out and about, and I was like, I'm really thirsty, and so I didn't want soda or water. So I'm like, I'll get a coffee. Anyways, so yeah, it became like this thing, okay? And so my friend Jacqueline, she's introduced me to a couple of things, but the first thing that she introduced me to, it really helped with a lot of inflammation, but it would only help for a short time. And the inflammation would come right back. Like if I wasn't using the products regularly, everything just came flying right back. And it was like the swelling on my legs went down, but then the next morning it was back. It was one of those weird things. Like, okay, it went down while I was drinking it and for the rest of that day. And then the next morning it would be back. So I couldn't really get like the swelling down. Like the swelling, my whole body was just puffy. My legs would swell really bad because I was allergic to the levothyroxine, which is what they give you after you have no thyroid. And I had to get rid of that and find another medication, and a whole process went through that, and the whole cancer thing and, all that, getting the cancer out of my body. And I'm going to tell you, there's a thing, just because once you have cancer in your body, it comes from inflammation, right? And so once cancer is removed, if you think your body just goes back to being normal, you're wrong. It does not just go back to being normal. It fights you. It literally fights you. And you're in this internal battle every single day, just fighting for your life. And I swear to you, the year following my cancer removal, the surgery to remove it out of my throat, it was like battle for my life. Every day I would wake up and have to convince myself to put my feet on the floor to go to the bathroom. That's how much my feet hurt. That's how much my legs hurt. This ever-living chronic pain every single day that I couldn't shake, no matter what I did, no matter what I tried, no matter what I was drinking or eating or whatever. People would say, smoke weed. I'm like, I don't do drugs. But we live in Washington, and so that was a thing. Then somebody put me on some CBD, and I did try CBD, and CBD did work for the pain. It didn't take it completely away, but it cut the edge. It took the edge off to where I could just function, which was much better than ibuprofen, which, if you know me, and I don't share this very often, but I'm going to share it. My mother was a drug addict. She was a meth fiend. And so I was raised in a home where I had to essentially grow up really quickly and take care of my siblings really quickly as a teenager to keep them under the same roof as me, right? And to keep us all together. And so I kind of grew up really fast, and I didn't really get a childhood, didn't get a teenage life. I didn't get to party the way that other people got to do. I didn't get to do all of those things, right? And so I just kind of felt like after the cancer thing, like all my life is just robbed from me. Like everything is just robbed. Every season of my life is robbed from me. I got married young. That was taken away. That was like a horrible marriage, horrible drama, traumatic situation. I entered in another relationship for 15 years. Again, narcissistic, total, horrible, gross fight. Nasty. It wasn't good. Had to get out of that. And this like fight or flight thing that you constantly, there's always this battle. If it wasn't a PTSD thing, like a battle within my home, or a physical fear or harm that's in my home, it became this thing where I've got everybody so far away from me, I'm now isolated in my little bubble, and then I get cancer. Like what? Why? I was a single mom, raised my kids by myself. It was just me. I didn't get any help. I didn't get any child support. I didn't get any assistance. Nobody was helping me. At one point I was on public assistance at one point, but it was like I got off of all of that. And I busted my butt to not be on public assistance. I busted my butt to not be on Section 8 and to not receive food stamps and to not receive all of the things that people go out and receive. I paid for my own childcare. I paid for my own cards. I paid for my own credit cards. So when I hear people say, oh, it's like I fought my butt off to get out of the statistics that the world had put me in, away from a drug addicted mom, away from, abuse, physical and mental abuse with my relationships, away from all of these things, to finally being in my own secure little bubble and getting cancer. And this internal battle, it just was one of these things. So after the physical stuff, the mental. there's a mental prison that happens after that. And it battles. It's this constant battle. You're never going to be good enough. Now you've gained 100 and something pounds and you're fat. And who's going to want you when you're fat? What kind of relationship are you going to get into when you're fat? Who's going to pay attention to you? Who's going to love your children? Who's going to want to be, anywhere near you? Your friends don't even care about you. Your church friends don't even care about you. We won't go there. But I mean, it became a thing. Like the people who are supposed to be in my world, nobody was around. Nobody was like standing up for me and like sticking up for me and fighting for me. And it became this thing, this internal battle. Like, I'm really in this world all alone. And I don't know if you feel like that. I don't know if you feel all alone, but I felt all alone. I went through a huge, huge thing of depression. Like, I don't think I can function in this world. I don't think I can. Suicidal ideation, all kinds of things were going on in my head. Like, why even continue to live if this is all it's going to be? I'm going to be in pain every day for the rest of my life. That's not fair. I didn't sign up for that. I don't want that. I don't want any of that. Okay. I wanted a stable home and a stable relationship and a loving family. And that's all I wanted. And so it's like this constant fight to get there. And one thing after another led me here. So I ended up moving in 2020 to Arizona, Phoenix. And COVID thing, had no choice. There was a job there, had to take it. You go where the money is, and that's just what it was. And so I wasn't there because I wanted to be there. I was there because that's what I had to do at that time. And so I ended up in Phoenix and was not happy about that. But I did have a good network system and a good support system there. My best friend is there and her kids are there. And so my kids were supported. I was supported. It was a good place for us to be during that season. But that is when Jacqueline came on and said, hey, let's get this going. Let's start this healing process. And so I did start, but it just wasn't working for me at all. Like, nothing was working. And so when she presented me with the current opportunity that I'm on now, last summer, I kind of had a sour taste in my mouth because of what happened the last time, and I have been an MLM girly for a long time, involved in a few things, and nothing ever works out for me, right? And so it was one of those things like, well, why would I want to do this if nothing ever works out? Why would I want to be a part of that? And we all hear the tall tale everybody tells us about all the wonderful things you're going to do with this company, blah, 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 blah. We've all heard it, right? But after holding and sitting on top of these samples for like 6 months, I finally was like, I'm going to try it. And it was because I wanted to decorate my house for Christmas last year. That's the main reason why I wanted to decorate my house for Christmas, and I needed the energy to do it. So I got it. I pulled it out. I was like, where are those samples? I'm digging through all my drawers. Where is it at? Where's it at? Finally find out. I take one of them. I did the whole package, and wow, you're not supposed to do that. And I cleaned this whole entire house I cleaned the fridge, and I cleaned the cabinets, and I did all the things. I decorated all the Christmas. I put everything up and then put everything away, all the boxes too. Like, I did this thing, okay? Then I turned around right here to this pantry, and I cleaned it completely out, and I got rid of all the food that was bad, and I did this, and anything that was past the date of 2025, out, gone. I just doing all the things. So if you have projects you want to accomplish, I'm telling you, these little samples right here will get you there. This little drink right here will get you there. It is a thing. It is real. You need energy to get through the day? That'll help you. I mean, I don't know what to say. I don't have that fatigue and that tiredness anymore. I am all about life, and let's do this. So fast forward to now. I am now using these products for a year. I have lost 40 pounds. I'm so excited and proud. I have done nothing but gain since 2017. I haven't lost anything since 2017. And now for the first time in the last 12 months, I have lost 40 pounds. And so I'm super excited about that. I am so proud of where I am physically that I can't even begin to say, I want to shout it from the mountaintops that, hey, I have energy to get through the day. Hey, I don't have brain fog today. Hey, I can think clearly. I can put forth, a sentence from point 1 and to point 2. I can do it finally, where my brain was just misfiring for so many years because of this hypothyroidism. To finally be able to connect the dots as I'm going through my day. Oh my gosh, you guys don't even know how excited I was to finally be able to do that again. I felt like a doodah, kind of like a brain dead person. I have a master's degree and I'm over here operating like, all day long because I couldn't connect the dots in my brain because of a disease that's robbing me of my life. That sucks. I don't want that for anybody at all. So if you have brain fog, inflammation, any type of hormonal issues, any type of energy issues that you're having a hard time, perimenopause, menopause, any of these things, any hormonal disruptions, high cortisol, whatever it is, I promise you, you're going to want to take a look at this because it's actually been a total game changer. And I am not just fluffing. I've never in the history of all my life, and if you guys have followed me or known me for any amount of time, you know I don't back anything for more than 3 or 4 months because the second it stops working for me is the second I'm going to stop talking about it. I use these products every single day, and they work every single day, regardless if I'm sick, regardless if I'm healthy, regardless if I'm happy or sad. They work. They work. And so I'm not like over here just trying to get rich. I'm literally telling you from the bottom of my heart that this has been working for me. So if that is something that you feel that you are like something's tugging on you on the inside a little bit, let's chat. Like get in my DMs, drop me a message, hit me whatever. Text me, email me, call me, whatever you got to do. I'm here. So yeah. I'm done with my collagen. I'm going to take my gut health stuff and then I'm going to go to bed. So I hope you guys are having a fabulous evening and we will chat later. Bye-bye.